Supreme Allied commander in North Africa at the time, he bowed to pressure and, against his better judgment, selected Fredendall to command the 39,000-strong Central Task Force. This was the largest force of the three who were involved in Operation Torch. Before the war, Fredendall outranked both Eisenhower and Mark Clark, and was convinced because of this, neither of them wanted him involved in North Africa. During the landings, Fredendall appeared to have performed well, and he was cited for a Distinguished Service Medal for his brilliant leadership. This allegedly only fueled his ego. Once in theatre, he was assigned command of the US Second Corps in his advance into Tunisia. This included the 1st Infantry Division and the 1st Armoured Division. At the time, two corps served under the British First Army, commanded by Lieutenant General Kenneth Anderson. Anderson found Fredendall to be incompetent. British officers reportedly thought him a loud, brash know-it-all without the experience to justify his self-confidence. He was described thus: Fredendall was small in stature, rough in speech, outspoken in his opinions, critical of superiors and subordinates alike. He was inclined to jump to conclusions that were rarely well-founded. Now ashore, Fredendall set up his HQ in the Grand Hotel in Oran, located far from his men who were out roughing it in the field. Soon, whilst he was being entertained with bacardis and belly dancers, his men, slumming it in tents, began to mock him for living it up in style. During this time, Fredendall also demanded a bulletproof Cadillac and regularly chased up his staff as to why it wasn't being delivered faster. He disliked the French and British and was quick to blame others if things went wrong. Perhaps confusing Tunisia with Hollywood, Fredendall also used tough guy slang when addressing troops, using catchy phrases such as "go smash 'em" or "use your tanks and shove." He also made up confusing codes instead of using standard military terminology or map point-based location designators. Perhaps he thought this would confuse the German regiment dissenters, but it ended up confusing his own staff even more. Here's one example. Move your car. That is the Walking Boys, Hot Guns, Baker's outfit, and the outfit which is the reverse of Baker's, outside, and a big photo to M, which is due north of where you are now, as soon as possible. Have you else report to the French gentleman whose name begins with J and a place which begins with D, which is 5 grid squares to the left of M. I can just imagine B.A. Baracus from the 80 responding to this. Soon, the Americans would drive east towards Tunisia, and Fredendall would have to leave the comfort of the Grand Hotel and roughing with his troops. Or would he? Obsessed with the possibility of an air assault by German or Italian forces, Fredendall tasked hundreds of engineers to spend 3 weeks building a 20-foot deep underground bunker HQ complex. Protected by anti-aircraft guns, the site was based in a deep ravine, 70 miles behind the front lines. Once established in his new headquarters, he sparingly ventured out, rarely visiting his front line for personal visits or reconnaissance, and communicating to his commanders via telephone or radio, with maps spread out on the floor of the complex. He quickly gained a new nickname from the troops, Dugout Gun, and his headquarters was known as Lloyd's Very Last Resort, or the Shangri-La a million miles from nowhere. I know some of you might have watched the British comedy series Blackadder with General Melcher, the incompetent British general. Well, he only had his HQ 35 miles behind the line, not 70. Later, after visiting the HQ, General Omar Bradley called the headquarters an embarrassment to every American soldier, while Dwight D. Eisenhower would use it as an example to remind senior officers of the importance of appearing on the front and what not to do. On Fredendall's HQ, Patton mocked, "He's made a goddamn fortress down there. You think he was going to hold off the whole German army by himself?" Whilst planning operations, Fredendall would often grow impatient with subordinates who were more familiar with the terrain and conditions than he, and insist he was correct. In addition, frustratingly for his military commanders, he would circumvent the chain of command, especially with his divisional leaders, such as Orlando Ward, and strip them of any tactical autonomy. This would lead to poor relations between himself and his senior officers. Not understanding the terrain or bothering to recce it in any detail, he split up units and scattered them far too apart to support each other or be effective. This left them vulnerable to an attack by the Axis forces. A later comment stated, his troop dispositions had been badly misjudged. Distance to the extent of firepower and mass were needlessly sacrificed, and the line was spread too thinly to stop any German attack. Furthermore, Fredendall's headquarters was in clear violation of US Army standard doctrine that a command post should be placed near crossroads and with easy access to the front. Having recently inspected the lines, Eisenhower sent a circular letter to all subordinate commanders, complaining about the men's deficiencies in training and the failure of senior officers to impress upon our junior officers, whom we depend in great measure, the deadly seriousness of the job, the absolute necessity for thoroughness in every detail. But it was too late. On the 14th of February 1943, the Axis forces launched an offensive at Sidi Bouzid, Tunisia, planned by Rommel.
Tunisia.
Rain Morales grinning face with smiling eyes, and sweat drop. Jeej, Elprox Holly. Elprox hi, Das Hunzio. Elprox how it's going. Elprox wait can you not talk? Das Huns who would have known? Christian Ruiz says eat a high ass fuck. Christian Ruiz said that it is being believable. Das Huns grandpa, what are you doing? Chase Allen hi, Christian Ruiz Azita Pinche Ruco Pendejo. Chase Allen hi, Chase Allen hi. Chase Allen hi, Chase Allen hi. Chase Allen hi, Chase Allen hi. Christian Ruiz Azita Saka La Moda, Chase Allen hi. Chase Allen hi, Tony Perkis are you gay?
Bob Jansen hier, Bob Jansen hier.
Such good writers. You wrote all that? Check out the new watermark. We got the new watermark because the app updated. Hi. I turned my chat off so they can't see you, Mr. Rowland. Oh, you must be lagging. New NYY 99. Yeah, hello. They say the 99 Jaguars were the best Jaguars, but it was the 99 Titans that lost the Super Bowl. I didn't remember that. How old am I? Old enough to play Billie Eilish on a toothbrush or some shit. Billie Eilish, she's in that toothbrush commercial, right? I went and hooked up today. Full. I hope they don't fall over. Don't breathe on them too hard. Can you see my face? This app is trash. So, put your sub count up. Take live from San Francisco. Just came off the top. The sub count looks like it went down. 11. This is my show. I enjoy my show. I'm drinking I poured it without you. I topped off my beer without you, and now it's just here. And my sub counter hides that stupid watermark. And my sub counter hides that stupid watermark. I can now only load 2 pictures instead of 5. So normally, you know how I do my show. I got a bunch of pictures here. Turn off the chat. Turn off. You know, I can load up. This one. There you go. One. Load up 2. Now I've overloaded the assets. It can't load any more than that. Dude, the app was been nerfed. They nerfed my software. You see that? The new watermark down on the bottom? So you know who fucked up. Who done fucked up their product. I'm not happy. Right now I'm not enjoying my time anymore on this software. Fuck this software. I'll stream without it. Next time. Missy little kilty. There's more premium beauty filters now. If you pay a damn subscription. I guess I'll have to be digging back into OBS. Man, I'm pissed off. My streaming app just. Eeny, meeny, miny, mo, catch a tiger by the toe. If he hollers, let him go. Eeny, meeny, 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 meeny. Mo. Me, Mo. The only thing worth a damn on this app is the chat filter. But I'll tell you, motherfucker, sub that watermark. My radio will give me the scores in 20 minutes, but we can check now. NBA scores.
The Thunder won the NBA Finals.
MLB scores.
Here are the results from the MLB for yesterday.
Doubleheader. Toronto loses 2 games in Baltimore. That's 3 games in 2 days. I did note they lost yesterday. I said, okay. The Dodgers win back-to-back games in Cincinnati. They play one more game tomorrow. And it's so quiet downtown San Francisco. I swear that the Pirates must have won. Yes, the Pirates did win yesterday. Pittsburgh with the meaningless win, and the Giants are 54-54, playing 500 tie record. What's the Dodger score? What's the Dodger score? The Dodgers beat the Reds. Yeah, I'm done with baseball now. I want to click on this Bigfoot short. Don't you just want me to watch that? Guys. The biggest star on YouTube. This guy. My filter doesn't work, bro. Wow. There it is. Let's look at shorts. Where's the view more? I am interested in shorts. Look at this guy. Bigfoot finds the herb. This is that good shit. Yeah. Fuck you, Mr. Don't Smoke. Okay. Don't be broke, boy. How about that one? Don't be a broke boy. Everybody in the army smokes. Hey, I understand it. Maybe more from me. Don't join my army. I'm not trying to run out of smokes. You'd be a lot more easy to deal with if you did smoke. You wouldn't have so much animosity towards me. You could look at me as Mr. Party Pack. You can party pack me. You like watching that smooth pull-out game? I tell you, your favorite show is shit. It's practically illegal showing you kids my pull-out game. Today is your lucky day. You get to smoke. Get your smokes ready. Inhale. You're a smoky boy. I need something. How the heck did you find my brother on the internet? Lace? Menthol is okay, but you want to ratio. I'm on a 20-to-1 menthol, if I smoke. One-to-one ratio. That just means you buy red, you buy menthol, red menthol. Red, blue, red, blue, red, blue. I just was about to watch a video by red versus blue. I didn't get to watch it, but I'll remember the channel name and find it when I recognize it when it pops up. Yes, it was the red versus blue Russia propaganda. When I get burnt out on streaming, I just double down on talking to other streamers or watching other streamers. But right now, there's no reason to double down on live stuff. Everybody's broadcasting old video games. New Bigfoot AI is at least new. There's nothing new about Call of Duty, Modern Warfare. Some people think that those are two different things. They're both shit. Call of Duty and Modern Warfare is the same shit. with a different map mode, bigger map versus smaller map. And ironically, when it comes to iconic maps, Call of Duty is way better. I'm sorry, I never even played a single Modern Warfare. I know their maps are trash. Tarkov has better maps. Write that down for the children born today, so when they die in the year 2099, because they're not going to make it 75, they'll be lucky to live to 100. These kids today, they're the future. You're looking at people who will be here in the year 2125. The enemy plans 100 years ahead. So that's how you have to think. 100 years ahead. I'm gonna just straight go into White Tower right now. The White Tower. I saw a beautiful Bosnian woman today, and I just went into rage. I proclaimed, I loved watching the collapse of Yugoslavia, and she was like, "Oh, well, I'm from Yugoslavia." She's 44 years old. So I kind of startled the 44-year-old Bosnian women today. I feel bad, but my final, I was clapping for Albania when she walked away. So she said she's Bosnian and she didn't look Serbian. I was like, this is a true Bosnian woman. I should have had my picture taken. Damn, she'll be here tomorrow. And I went to lunch at 12:30 in the morning, just starving. I was hungry. I sat at the television for an hour and a half, and I waited, and I ate with the 85-year-old guy from who used to work on submarines in Albania, and he reminisced about a man he knew from Montenegro. Habitat for Humanity, he was saying, or Peace Corps, or like World Peace, some I can't remember the organization. It's not relevant in 2025. So I was in the kitchen for an hour and a half, and this 85-year-old, he is so quiet, you can barely hear anything he says. And I couldn't control the volume on the television, but the television was broadcasting. Let me show you this picture I took today. This is my crowning achievement of the day. We can remove. Let me double check what I read. All your chat. Remove it from the screen and replace it with this. This was what was the new. We were watching the Channel 2 news in San Francisco today, right? So I joined the chat, and I was on the news, and I told everybody I hit 1,500 subs. I was just like shameless self promotion. Channel 2, dude, is that even a network, or is that just a local affiliate that, like, you see the logo? It doesn't say ABC, NBC, CBS, bro. This is a local knockoff. So I got to have everybody watching this channel had to see and I didn't get my last comment in. I posted a comment. The Cowboys are playing the Rams next, which is the last thing that anybody in San Francisco really wants to think about. I don't remember when you join 49er chat, you tell them the Cowboys are going to the Super Bowl, and they start off they're going to LA, and the 49ers uniform reveal is actually August 28th. I thought it was supposed to be July 28th. But hey, we'll just wait 30 days. We already know they'll wear it on most likely week 1 versus the Seahawks and week 18. Right now they're only going to tell you about week 18, but it's a surprise for people who buy in early, wearing new gear week 1 this season. Last year, the Steelers were investing in like electric jackets. Like the future was supposed to be smart jackets with microchips, but a microchip doesn't keep you warm. So, if you put a microchip inside your clothes, your bed, it doesn't keep your bed warm. In Pittsburgh, they want that. They secretly want to be warmer than you at night. Even the desert dwellers of California, Los Angeles, we freeze our ass off at night. Yet they live in the snow, and they still can travel north into the tundra to escape with their superior clothing technology. I could join a tracking team, tracking people fleeing into the blizzard. Well, I mean, we'd have to leave you behind because you have no gear. I got Gore-Tex pants, rainproof pants. You want to look? I got Gore-Tex rainproof pants. And I've never even worn them, except to make sure they fit. That's when they say go outside, and guess what? It's raining, and everybody's running, and the more people you can run down, the more loot you get. Gore-Tex. It's made to be worn with a NFL jersey. Never invest in you want to get a flak jacket. The flak jacket is the best jacket. That's an $800, 50-pound jacket. Okay, the difference between a flak jacket and my clothing is all like 2 pounds. Like my Levi jacket could be a little over 2 pounds, but a flak jacket is going to be 35 pounds. And there's a $100 in chat. I don't know what that means, but you're getting hyped up about how much your gear cost. I need at least $100 to get a new pair of boots. The boot shiner says it's $31 just to put a shine on some new boots. And I'm not about buying some synthetic material boot. I want to get Vietnam boots, because I was issued Vietnam gear, but we didn't get jungle boots. You get the same style boot, but it's not a jungle boot. It's a European boot. A European combat boot. It's jet black. They don't make those anymore. Even Nicaragua had that shit. You look at any fighting group in Brazil and shit, they all got black boots. Now everybody's wearing suede camel ass. Get your camel ass boots out of my face. I threw my camel boots away. The radio is going to give you the score in 3 minutes. Guess what? Today I made the bed. I made the bed. I made my bed. There's my weights. I fucking made the bed. But we're going to listen to the radio. Okay? We're going to listen to my radio.
One simple phone call can resolve, save you thousands of dollars. To see if you qualify and to get this important free information, call 800-351-4596. 800-351-4596. 800-351-4596.
I came to the building for the first time after the shooting. It was crippling, but it had to be preserved.
In response to the Pulse nightclub shooting that affected the LGBTQ community, Barbara Poma, owner of Pulse, founded the One Pulse Foundation to honor Pulse victims and survivors.
If you're an ally of this community, speak out. There are more of us together than apart. It is the power of love. It's a rawest form.
Join the fight for LGBTQ acceptance. Learn how at lovehasnolabels.com. Brought to you by Love Has No Labels and the Ad Council.
In 1848, James Marshall discovered gold at Sutter's Mill, and in 3 years, a multicultural migration grew a sleepy trading post of 800 to a city of over 250,000. These were the first dreamers, innovators, builders, and inventors that defined San Francisco. The San Francisco Historical Society exists to uncover, preserve, and present in engaging ways the colorful and diverse history of our city from its earliest days to the present. As a member, you'll receive the Argonaut, an award-winning publication that has provided
Come on, radio, tell me.
accounts for over 30 years. And the
Give me that
Panorama,
Fox
a quarterly
Sports propaganda.
newsletter covering ongoing activities and historical presentations. Go to sfhistory.org and discover the San Francisco Historical Society. Living our history, a great future. Become a member today.
At One Publicity, doing radio the only way he knows how. Listen weekdays at 9 a.m. Eastern, 6 a.m. Pacific, right here. Fox Sports Radio. To find FS1 on your television, go to foxsports.com for details. Go! Check them out. FS1. Check them out. FS1. You're listening to 95.7 The Game, KTMC FM at HD1 San Francisco. An Odyssey station. And here's what you need to know.
The Brewers now lead the Cubs by 2 games in the NL Central after beating Chicago again 9-3. Andrew Vaughn with 6 RBIs, including a grand slam. In the NL East, the Mets lead over the Phillies is down to a half game. Philadelphia won 6-3 at the White Sox. Kyle Schwarber hit his 37th homer, and then San Diego beat the Mets 7-1. A 3-run homer from Manny Machado. Juan Soto of the Mets left after fouling a ball off his foot. Pittsburgh sent the Giants to a 5th straight loss thanks to 2 runs in the 8th. 3-1 the final. Houston had lost 5 in a row, but beat Washington 7-4. The Dodgers, with a run in the top of the 9th, won at Cincinnati 5-4.
Top of the
Yankees beat
9th.
Tampa Bay 7-5. Wins for Cleveland, Detroit, and Baltimore's won 5 straight after sweeping a doubleheader against Toronto. Bengals defensive end Trey Hendrickson is due to report to camp Wednesday. He's been holding out.
Sure
I'm
will.
Steve DeSager.
I told you. Let me tell you what. Let me tell you what. The radio confirms everything I said. I like the Brewers. I've always been a low key. I will always claim I wanted the Brewers. Okay, Trey Aikman and Trey Henderson. I told you he's gonna show up. We ain't gonna pay him anything else. He can go back to Saint. He can be back in the Saints halfway through the season if he doesn't play good. He'll play 8 great games and then he won't make the playoffs, okay? If Fuck around to find out. I turn off my filter, it's just bothering me. It's even more smoky in my room without the filter. If I open up Facebook, everything gets real bright. Let's turn the brightness. I guess I'm looking at Facebook now. No, any notifications? 2. Should I post? I got a reply from Arnie Star. Arnie Star. He drew Captain Kirk in the Marvel Comics. This tsunami will disturb the floor of the Pacific Ocean and lead to the reveal of more missing aircraft carriers, which are all missing. And you can probably buy a souvenir chunk of the Battle of Midway soon. Put it with your Berlin Wall rubble, because we had rubble from the Berlin Wall on our dinner table. That might have been, I like that junk my grandma paid for. Grandma knows what's for thrifty shopper. Since 1922. When you have somebody from 1922 doing your shopping, it's okay. They ain't gonna waste a single penny. But they might not. They might never endorse your. They wouldn't buy me any Raider gear. That's just fucked up. Growing in 1970, a child in 76 would have some crappy ass NFL apparel to choose from. Basically none. There was none. Baseball caps. There's some trash ass gear that people used to wear. You guys don't know how bad gear was, man. It's like you'd rather wear a fancy ass shirt because it's all you want to stay warm. A little winky dinky Chicago Cubs t-shirt of the era would be, you'll freeze to death in the gear they give us. Now there's like, they give away coats to kids in Chicago. You get your free jacket at Christmas for all the poor kids, and they're giving these kids jackets big enough to fit me. Matter of fact, they're giving away my jacket. They're giving away my jacket. Where's your jacket?
They're giving away my jacket.
See, every time I go outside. Black jacket. Black jacket. Black jacket. You see the black gloves. Black gloves. Black gloves. We've never hit a point where I need it. I have to be like that yet. I need more equips. I should return to contact lenses. If my glasses break, these are $800 glasses. The only solution on a fashion stage is switch to contacts, because I'm never going to look as good as I do without this pair of glasses. So I will have to switch to contacts. And that's how I'm okay with, I know, and maybe I'll walk around without glasses, which I did today. I was cooking killed sausages in a pan today without glasses. I still have 1.5 sausages left. Some viewers want the exact count on my pack. 1 plus 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2. That's 11. So we're at 12 cigarettes at 1:08 in the morning. The radio told me the Giants lost 6 games in a row. That's rare. That's just rare. But the New York Giants are my favorite Giants. I could never be a baseball Giant fan. I know the Giants came from New York, and the Giants are still in New York, and you're the fake Giants, just like Paul White. Like the Monster Abyss, who also is a complete nothing. After the death of Hogan, we have heard nothing from Monster Abyss or Rockstar Spud, anybody that Hogan wanted to have a run on. Disco Inferno was a little hard on Hogan. I appreciate you, Disco. I'm hard on Hogan too. Look, hey, my shit loaded. It's because it's classic.
Skip to main content. Digital.
I didn't know if it would actually stop after because it's still trying to play. Should be watching Bigfoot, but not alone. Gamers are so stupid. They're really missing a lot of good videos, because videos are good. And I'm so old. We had videos when I was born. The game came later. The game was kind of like crap. It looks like, it looks like crap. It looks fake. It's like wrestling. Gamers don't look cool. Games don't look cool. The only thing cool about games is playing them with your eyes closed and being fluent with games, and realizing that what you see has really nothing to do with your own personal skill level. It's more about the natural grip, the posture, your posture, and your attitude is what makes you a good gamer. And I still give Darkside Phil the Gamer of the Year award, but he fails as he's not supposed to. I don't get mad at my game, even though the new Mario Kart is completely shit. I wouldn't complain while I played it. You know. Because I don't play games. I'm not bad. When I pay for a game, it's because I want to play it. It's not because I want to complain. I spend all my time complaining when I'm not playing, and playing a game and making if you look at my old Overwatch streams, or if you watch me play World of Warcraft, I'm not sitting there complaining. I'm demonstrating just play the game, because I know everything. I know everything about classic WoW. I don't need to complain. I mastered the game. Like I don't have to die for your entertainment. Like fake a death. That became big in World of Warcraft, and faking your death is really the meta. Some games are nearly impossible to actually wipe, like a Final Fantasy. So, but then you get into Dark Souls, Elden Rings. Everybody's faking their deaths. Mega Man players are the worst at faking deaths. Yeah. Otherwise, I don't know how they could still be dying on a boss 35 years after it came out, and they've been playing it the whole time. I mean, you couldn't be this bad at the game when it was new. They think you can rub your face on the boss still. Everything about Nintendo NES is about the boss will jump and you run underneath it. It's just like Street Fighter. The hardest technique in Street Fighter 2 isn't even ever used, which is the rare full speed sprint run underneath somebody while they're jumping. People just don't do it. I've seen so much. I like seeing more stuff. I want to predict what I'll see soon. That's hard. Hindsight makes everybody Monday morning quarterback. Well, I could be a little Monday morning quarterback, but I still get credit for going on the missions that they qualified me for. So I get to Monday morning quarterback my own shit. Look at the statistics for this episode. Nobody wants to listen to me. That's cool. That's why I got my beer. It's my 50th birthday soon. Man, if I don't plan a 50th birthday, why would I have a 51st? Why would I have a 52nd? I never have a cool birthday. I always do nothing on my birthday. And any other holiday, I might sleep through it. Wake up at 5 o'clock every day. Why do I want a holiday? It's just fucking up my schedule. Because when you wake up on 5 o'clock on a weekend, it's not easy. Because you can't find anybody except the same old liquor store. And they got a lot of liquor stores here. I gotta tell you, bro. And if you walk by a liquor store, you're gonna see somebody turning in. Like people, every single store has customer. The liquor stores, even the ones that don't sell tobacco, they got people in there shopping. That's the secret. Some people only shop at stores that don't sell tobacco. But stores that sell the lotto tickets are the ones that stay open the late, and they don't share the lotto tickets with you. There never seems to be the jackpot winner at the one store open. I was watching Pennsylvania scratch off, so I should double check into most recent jackpot in San Francisco. I could be watching Defan Chris right now. And I'm in 50 minutes, and I was going to check my statistics for this episode. Going to my analytics, subscribers 35 this last 30 days, that's good. This episode, 178, but nobody right now because the peak was 31 people at 12:32. 18 plus 18, that's 36 minutes ago. And the last person here was at 11:13, which is 5 minutes ago. I had one viewer, if YouTube analytics are correct. And I'm just checking them as a station identification break before I go back into expressing myself. My true sub counter says 1659, and I want to look at my community post now to check to see if I got my traditional 2 to 4 likes in the post category. I just hit load the post. I got 2 likes on that, 1 like on the Wicked AI, 5 likes on the church chicken from Friday night, 6 likes on the meatballs with rice and chili and cornbread. The cornbread got 6 likes, guys, okay? Then we have the chicken was 4 likes, chicken for 3 likes, Cheerios ad by Amon Ra St. Brown flips into Honey Nut Cheerios, got 3 likes on that, 1 like on Attack on Titan post, 2 likes on my Attack on Titan, 0, but nobody clicked like on my Headbangers post. I put an AEW MJF versus Mark Briscoe, and nobody hit like on it. I posted a Montenegro map and a 102 minute lecture, nobody hit like. I sent a link to Tiny Thai Girl about the history of Siam. She didn't respond. And my Digital Warfighter post got no response. A picture with Robin Williams got 5. You swipe right, you can see a picture of my mom. Me in uniform, me with a Glock in my Glock. And then this most ridiculous picture, the one with me with a pistol. That's in Afghanistan during my nightly PT 2-mile feel fresh run. I just want to go run 2 miles, but the post commander says everybody has to be armed even during exercise. July 4th post, cold chicken, that really made me want to violate my lease. And then it was a day before AI posted Kanye, right before Kanye West was praying to God that he would be a free man, sniffing the chair at the seat at the courthouse. This is what I posted right before the rest of the world saw Kanye, some horrible court interpretation, the court artist. Yeah, I loaded up some emojis over this meal. This was a good meal. Oh, not many potatoes. I had more potatoes on a better day. I sure would like to see a selection like that in the lobby tomorrow. Damn, on a Wednesday, maybe. Lettuce in San Francisco, still very rare. This time I licked the plate. That's my plate. I licked it clean. And sometimes I just put potato chips on what they give me. Is that the last time I ate salmon? I have not had salmon since this picture. Otherwise, I would have had another picture. You would have already seen Kai sent. Now, maybe I should just be watching iShowSpeed right now. And he hasn't been out for 8 days. He's just bouncing around with his crappy music video, 1.17 million views. Now I'm going to look at the YouTube top 50 sub count just to see where Ronaldo is. Who is like number 30th. There's only 57 people watching the list.
Stability, precision, so driving.
Check this out. You know, I just watch everything on YouTube. I have a routine, and I haven't been here in a while, but we checked. Ronaldo still number 30 at 76. Mr. Beast 4117. Okay. iShowSpeed is not on the list. I'm back. I'm back to watch my show. Stay awake. Look me in the eyes. Look me in the eyes. Look me in the eyes. Stay awake. What are you thinking? Tell me what you're thinking. Look me in the eye. That was probably the hardest. Everybody wanted you to look. These boomers, they'd always say, look me in the eye. And nowadays, people don't care what you look at. They were always like, what are you looking at? What are you looking at? What are you looking at? Even in people in the hood, they still know better. They know, look me in the eye, or I don't trust you.
Southwest. Spelled again. Just keep everyone to spell. We're good. Hey. Chill over there. Oh. Keeps it going. Can I get the zombie?
I'm going to end my show right now. It's a good episode. I didn't need to go a whole hour.